Hi, this is Jeff with one F because I give an F. Someone has to in this wacky, weird world we live in. And that last comment was for you fans of a lot of alliteration. So one thing people have commented to me about my YouTube channel. You're old, Jeff. What the? You're old, aren't you? You're old, aren't you? Yeah, okay, I'm old. But I mean that gives me a lot of time to have learned a lot of material or observed a lot of stuff. But there is stuff that I can't do for contemporary audiences because every time I go into a club to do an audience nowadays, a lot of young people. I did this routine about Jimi Hendrix one time, and I thought it was like really good, and everyone just staring at me like. And then I look back at them, blocking out the lights. Jesus, these people are like 20. And they don't know who Jimi Hendrix is. I mean, to me, I don't care what age you are. You don't know who Jimi Hendrix is. You're like really unhip. I mean, it's like not knowing who Beethoven is, really. Some people just don't know anything pre-Beyonce. And she was in a trio for whatever. So I do have a lot of old references. One of the things I reference, some people at home could dig this, and if you can't, well, come back later, whatever. Cowboys and Indians. I'm of the first generation of, not couch potatoes, but people that watch TV. I mean, I wasn't glued to the TV. We had the first set on the block in our house in like 1948, 1949 in Brooklyn, and people would actually come over to watch it, And so what was popular at that time was Westerns. At one time, at some point in the 50s, it got to where there were 32 different Western series on every week. Mostly half hour, mostly black and white. And so, I mean, and then movies. I mean, I absorbed a lot of Western lore, Hollywood style. Yeah, I'm sure they're historically accurate. And one thing I noticed, I learned about cowboys and Indians. First, there's the cowboy. And whether it's cowboy, cowpoke, cowpuncher, trail hand, cattle rustler, bandito, bad guy, deputy, sheriff, marshal, gunslinger, all of these people had one thing in common. They always carried exact change. Or they were good tippers. Not really. They go into the saloon, go up to the bar, hey, barkeep, whiskey. And they slam some coin down on the bar, and the bartender's good with that. He never says, hey, Pecos kid, you forgot the tax. Nah, they're just like fine with what they were paying. You never saw the barkeep go up to the table with a little pad and a pencil. Okay, Lefty, you had the rot gut. Slim, you had the rye, I believe. Kid, you also had the rye. Are these separate checks, or are you paying all together? No. That never happened. Just slam a coin down. Barkeep's fine with that, So another obvious thing was the weaponry used by the good guys and the bad guys. Clearly the good guys had a special place where they shopped for guns because their revolvers, their 6 guns, would spew out lead like practically a machine gun. The bad guys had a 6-shooter, and that's all they had was 6 shots, the good guys hiding behind a rock. Okay, Bart, I just counted 6 shots. You're done. I'm coming in for you. But the good guy, you could just shoot all day. You didn't have to reload. I counted one time like 13 or 16 shots from one guy. So they clearly have a special gun store where they go in, the good guy gun store. And the bad guy, he wants to shop at the good guy gun store too. But unfortunately, they always recognize him. And he could try hard. He could shave, put on a white hat, and not spit or anything, and try to look good, and he goes in there, but just as he gets into the door, he gets busted. Why? They play bad guy music. Da-da-da, Hey, you get out of here. This is the good guy gun store. Get out before I have you thrown out, you know? So the bad guys were never able to get the good guy guns, and that put them at a great disadvantage. Another thing I learned from the profuse amount of watching I did of these shows was that horses are bulletproof. Yeah, I mean, you know, the posse would confront the cattle rustlers. There'd be 50 guys on the side. His lead is flying, just thick as bees, just, you know, back and forth, back and forth. You know, this guys getting shot here and falling off their horses, getting thrown off their horses, and falling over, whatever, wounded, dead, whatever, and the horses are fine. Sometimes there would even be, you know, a guy would pull up a horse, stand on his hind legs for a second, no bullets at the horse. You know, so, you know, clearly horses are bulletproof, you know. Even the Indian ponies, horses were bulletproof, because they would go in a circle around the, you know, wagons that are, the wagon train pulls itself in a circle like, I don't know, this is like some military strategy, cloth. You know, the wagons are cloth, and they're going to stop bullets, I don't know, whatever. So, and the Indians just didn't have a really good plan about, you know, penetrating to the interior of the wagon circle to try to actually do some damage of their own. No, it's like a shooting gallery. They're just going around, woo, 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 you know, the war whoops, war cries going around, and they're just, you know, sitting ducks, and, you know, and my favorite one was the pioneer woman, you know. She just has the gun, and she's like, her eyes are closed, she's looking away, and the gun's up in the air, and she pulls the trigger, and they cut to some Indian flying off his horse. You know, the white people, you know, good guys can't miss, you know. So I imagine maybe the Indians maybe had some kind of powwow about this. They had to discuss it, the fact that their, you know, military campaigns weren't doing well, and you know, so it's like, Little Bear want to speak, want to address issue of military strategy. Ah, Lone Wolf, yes, you speak. Well, me thinkum, heap big good plan, sneak attack, sneak up on White Eyes with forked tongue, sneak up on Paleface. Good idea of Lone Wolf. Me like to add one point. Lone Wolf, war cry, spoil element of surprise. Spoil, sneak attack. But Indian always make war cry. Yes, brave C point. But in this case, war cry, heap bad medicine for sneak attack. Counterproductive, you know, but I guess they just couldn't get around to understanding that, because, you know, the war cry, you know, is really bad. So this has been a little bit of a perspective on Westerns. Thank you for tuning into Jeff with 1F, and be seeing you soon.